Hello darlings and welcome back to Pass or Smash, new makeup edition. So, here on Pass or Smash we talk about new makeup releases, primarily indie brand launches, and we decide if we want to pass, as in bye bitch, or smash, add to cart. If you're new here, my name is Liz, hello. I haven't filmed one of these in a long time, so if you're used to Pass or Smash and it seems a little off, it's me. I'm the problem, me. But I'm trying to be more consistent, so here we are. So I picked some new launches in the indie community specifically that I thought were interesting, and I want to go ahead and talk about them with you here, and then we will decide. We will decide what we want. If you're curious about what's on my eyes today, I am wearing the Fearless Holiday Palette by Dede Signature. It's this one. This is what's on my eyes today, and she's real cute. So if you have this in your collection, this is a reminder to pull it out and use it. But yeah, let's talk about some new launches. So BellaBeautéBar has a new palette. It is the Crystallize palette. Here, let me scoot over so I can insert pictures. This is a Crystallize palette. Now, there are 20 pans, 12 mattes, 8 multi-chromes is what it says. It's soft blues, purples, and some pinks. Now, this should be available now. It launches December 5th. Obviously, I'm filming after that because today is the 6th. So, this is available for $75. Use the code if you're going to do that. And included in the description box are any codes that I can find, any of that, okay? I always try to make sure I give you as much information as I can because I want that information and I don't want to have to dig for it either. All right? So, there's that. Now, for $75, for me, this is I like their Dreamscape color story better for what my particular needs are. Here's a picture of that there. The purples and the oranges, those yellowy oranges, I love that. For me, it's like an expansion on the basic witch palette, which I love. So, for the cost, I'd rather have the Dreamscape palette, but I do think that this is really pretty. It's a really pretty color story, but for me, I'm going to pass, okay? So, pass, but I do think it's pretty. But if it wasn't $75, I would buy it, but you are getting 8 multi-chromes in there, and multi-chromes are expensive. They're expensive to make, and we've kind of gotten used to seeing them sell between, I'd say, $12 and $20 a piece. So for there to be 8 in this palette, it's not that big of a stretch, but I just can't justify it for myself right now. I think a lot of us are in that same boat, so pass. Okay, so Gourmande Girls has, I guess at this point, coming up, is launching a 9-pan color story for Christmas. It's here. This is the Mostly Merry palette. 9 pans. It looks like there are 5 mattes and 4 shimmers, and I think a couple of those are shifty shimmers. I had a hard time telling if they were or not, but that's there. This is $39. Honestly, it's pretty. It's not something that I want, that little pop of like that seafoamy kind of green. It's not something that I want for a couple of reasons. The packaging is very pretty, but it's an awkward shape, and for me, storing that is a little bit challenging. And yeah, I have blues and shimmers, and I think it's pretty, but I'm gonna pass. But I think the dark mattes in there with those lighter silvery shimmers would be really pretty together. I bet there's some gorgeous looks that are gonna come out of this, but for me, it's gonna be a pass. That is $39. It launches on December 8th at 11 a.m. Pacific or Eastern Standard Time. If you're a Florida child like me. So yeah, pass. Okay. Oh, I also wanted to honorably mention, apparently Gourmande Girls also did a 12-pan palette with the Ice Cream Beauty Box, which is here. It's called Le Petit Maison. It's pretty. This is more of the color story that I would want to gravitate towards right now, because it's always hot where I live. I'm not even pretending. It's always warm here. But that's really pretty. And for me, I'd rather have the 12 pan. The Ice Cream Beauty Box is $25 a month. And they do a lot of exclusive kind of things with indie brands too. So I would be more interested in picking up that box. But yeah, I just wanted to honorably mention it because I thought it was cute. And I can do that. It's my channel. Okay, so next, Dede Signature has the Festive Elegance palette here. Now, I know a lot of you already know that this released, but it was newer to me. I saw it a couple weeks ago and I finally just decided to start filming, but I wanted to mention it. It's very pretty. It reminds me of something else and I cannot for the life of me place what it is other than maybe another one of their palettes. So the Fearless Holiday palette is here. And I'm going to keep the Festive Elegance palette up here. But this is the Fearless Holiday palette. And I think that palette is just a more, like an updated, slightly warmer, like instead of oranges, we have like those mustardy kind of yellows. Color story, so remove the blues, and it's a similar color story, I think, and that's why I keep looking at it that way. I could be wrong. I think it's super pretty, but I ended up buying the Broken Jewels palette instead, and I couldn't afford to do both because in this economy, but I like them both for different things, and I would use the Festive Elegance palette. But yeah, it wasn't in the cards for me. Very pretty though. There are 15 shades, there are 10 mattes and 5 metallic-y kind of shimmers. Dede Signature has beautiful matte formula. I really like their matte formula. And their shimmers are very metallic-y. Like this one here is just, it's very, I'm not wearing an eye primer. So this is just kind of is what it is. So, and this one's from Fearless Holiday. Now, Festive Elegance and Fearless Holiday are both sold out right now. You can get put on their wait list in case there's a restock because they do restock pretty often, it seems. But I wanted to mention it. It's $48.99. And then with this collection, there were also 2 single shades that released. Those are going to be here. And those are $16.99 each, or you can get both shades for $30. So that's there. I did pass, but that on the palette, but that foresty green in there, oh, it was very difficult for me not to want to buy this palette because of that green. I am obsessed with it right now. Since Pantone decided that they were just gonna like, they were just gonna whiteify 2026. The internet has just collectively agreed that like a phthalo green is in, and I agree. And that color was really hard for me not to look at. So we're gonna say pass, but a painful pass. Okay. Next, Glaminatrix, who apparently, by the way, has a US warehouse that I didn't know about. So that's good to know for those who are concerned with tariffs. They have a US warehouse apparently. So they have released the Merry Chrissy palette here. Now, this is a 15 pan palette. It's 7 mattes and 8 shimmers. And it looks like at least 4 of those are shifty shimmers. I don't know to what extreme, but yeah, they look shifty to me in the swatches. That retails for $68. You can use a code. And I like the warm browns. I don't really want that pop of blue that's in there, but I like the peach. I think it's an interesting take for a Christmas palette. And then obviously you have that red and green that are kind of like synonymous with the Christmas season, the holiday season, but specifically Christmas. I think it's pretty. I like the warm browns. It reminds me of their Tones of Turd palette a little bit, but I think it's pretty. I don't necessarily want the blues in it, but maybe the blue shimmers with the brown, like mattes, that would be pretty. But I think I'm going to pass on this one. $68. You do get a lot of pans for that, but this isn't fill a gap in my collection. Although those golds, the golds are really pretty. Like the true golds, those are really pretty. But I'm going to pass. But I think it's cute, but I'm going to pass. Okay, next. Simply Posh Cosmetics. This was an older launch, just released like a few weeks ago, but I wanted to mention it because it is kind of like holiday themed. That's there. This is their Gingerbread Bakery palette. There's 18 pans. It follows their standard format, which is 12 mattes and then 6 shimmers. And most of those shimmers in the center are going to be like shiftier shades. And then, you know, you've got soft pinks and warm browns, and you've got that seafoam green in there, which I like. I think as an inner corner color, that's super pretty. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands today. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. I'm like all over the place. That seafoam green on the inner corner would be really pretty. Blue's really pretty in it. I think it's pretty. I didn't purchase it, but I would purchase it. Like if I had unlimited funding, I think I would purchase it. So I'm going to say smash, because I think it's really pretty. So I'm gonna say smash. And honestly, for the Day Days one, if I didn't already have Festive Holiday or Fearless Holiday, I would have bought that one. But we're gonna say smash for the Simply Posh one, just because I think it's pretty. And the looks that I've seen come out of the palette are really pretty. So just to change things up, let's say smash, okay? That is $55 now, and they do have a code on their website to save you 15%. That's for their holiday sale, and that's holiday 2025. You can use that code to save 15%. So that's kind of nice, that extra 5%, you know, it adds up. So we'll say smash. I don't know. I think the soft pinks in it are really pretty. I don't know, just kind of the thing. All right. And last but not least, because we're keeping it kind of simple today, friends, we have sneak peeks from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. And listen, Blend Bunny Cosmetics has become such an indie darling, and they've worked with so many great artists. They're very much becoming almost like a couture art brand, in my opinion, when it comes to indie makeup. They're still widely purchased in the public, but they're just kind of giving like couture house vibes. And I love that Maggie's just kind of doing whatever the hell she wants, regardless of the season. I'm here for it. So, this is the Haunt Me. This is a sneak peek anyway, of the artwork for the Haunt Me palette, which I know it's a Christmas spooky kind of vibe. It's a goth themed palette. So I'm curious to see what that entails. I'm kind of curious if there's any neon goth in this palette. I know that there's a maroon. Here, look at this. Look at this. Look at this look right here. So this is by Jordan Liberty on IG, and just look at it. Right? It's so good. But it looks like there's going to be 24 pans from this black and white photo. And when I was counting the pans, it looks like there's 18 mattes and 6 shimmers. Very curious what those shimmers are going to look like. I'm kind of curious if there's going to be like kind of a gunmetal gray or maybe like a shifty kind of gunmetal color in there. I'd be interested in seeing, obviously I'm going to be interested in seeing what this looks like. This is black and white, so we don't know yet. It hasn't been launched. It hasn't been sneak peeked. So this is the most that we get. 24 pans, 18 mattes, it looks like, 6 shimmers. The artwork, the cover art was done by the artist Dark Prism for the cover there. And it looks like, I don't know what else is coming, but they sneak peeked some lip products with it. Here's a picture. It looks like we have a couple, and this is part of their masterclass. Let me pause, go back in. This is part of their masterclass line, which is like their makeup artist quality kind of a line. Masterclass, it says that there are 2 new formulas. So I'm kind of curious what that is. It looks like we have 3 shimmery like lip glosses and then 2 more opaque shades of things. So I wonder if the opaque shades are gonna be just a lip, or if they're gonna be, because that black lip in the look was definitely a vibe. So I don't know if that's a liquid matte lipstick and not like a cloud matte, but like a dry down transfer resistant matte. But I guess we'll see. Maybe that red is also safe for the eyes. I don't know yet. But those are the sneak peeks. I'm interested in the lip pencils. I liked the older, from the, I think it was a Dollhouse collection. They had a lip, like nude lip lines. And I enjoyed that lip formula, but it wasn't like the longest lasting. They were kind of soft. So I'm really curious if these are gonna be like more of a long wear. It says pigment pencil, which to me screams lip and eye, but I guess we'll find out. So that information is coming up soon. I don't have anything else other than that. So we got palette art, we got palette sneak peek, and we have the lip products. So I guess we'll find out here soon enough. But that's it for you today, my darlings. If you like Pass or Smash, please like and all of those things. I'm going to try to be consistent. I usually try to, when I did this before, I posted every Sunday, or at least tried to, unless somebody was sick or, you know, whatever. But I do try to do that. And yeah, we just look at indie launches. So thanks for stopping by and watching today. I love your faces. And if you made it this far, comment whatever the hell you feel like in the comment section and just say hi, tell me where you're from, whatever. And I will catch you on the next one. Bye.